Alright, what's going on, people? Hope you guys are all having a wonderful start to your week. You know the drill, just give me a couple minutes here to spread the links around and then we'll get started. Alrighty, and hopefully that's the right link. I guess I should have tested it out. Testing. Oh, testing. Oh, nice. Evening Plaza. Thank you, man. I hope you had a good weekend too. What's up, Andy? Gustin? Good, Connor. Sounds great. Nice. As I've said every week, I still have not put up any sound protection for this room, so I know the quality's not great, but you know, we got what we got, right? Anyways, one other thing here. Where is it? Anyways, got to start off, of course. Only way to start off these streams. All the glory to God. Love you so much, Jesus. So thankful I could be here. Got a little verse today, too. Popping off a little extra. Proverbs 11:25. The generous man will be prosperous, and he who waters will himself be watered. So I'm trying to water and get watered. That's what it's all about, man. Tony, what's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. Krish. CC running, is it? Ooh, yep. Someone's getting their bag. Less tired? Oh, dude, yeah. My girlfriend did a 24-hour stream yesterday to celebrate her 1,000 followers. And of course, I mean, if she's streaming 24 hours, I gotta be awake 24 hours because I'm about to support my girl. But I was already up that day before at 6 a.m. and she didn't even start till 3 p.m. So I was up from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. the next day, and I went to the gym that morning too, so I was already beat before she even started. So then I slept 12 hours. So yeah, we're feeling well rested, that's for sure. What's up, Saad? Chris, what's going on? Definitely getting watered, yes sir. New high for CC, sir? Yeah. You know what's crazy, too? $1.7 million market cap. Look at this clean accumulation at such a cheap level, man. Fair play to the streamers, for real. Lewis, looking to join the Discord? We would love to have you. If you guys aren't familiar, I assume at this point, with all the marketing I've started doing, that people are aware, but I am the founder of Blockcircle. $99 a month. There's a billion DGens up in there, kicking ass every single day. I can hardly even keep up. We'd love to have you. We're extremely confident you will find it worth the $99 a month. But even if you don't, it's 1 month, you know. So we'd love to have you guys, and if you join, you know, you get access to me. I'm pretty responsive. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And yeah, you'll get access to our bonus streams too. Right after this one, we'll have another one. It's about an hour, 2 hours long, where we cover pretty much everything I could possibly think of. And then we're starting a second one on Wednesdays in the mornings, about 5 hours before this one would be, for our, you know, other world guys over in Asia and whatnot. So anyways, I won't be sharing it again this stream, you know, but for those of you that aren't in, we'd love to have you, and we're extremely confident in the value that we offer there. And soon, we'll also be launching a full data analytics platform that we believe will rival the big ones like Glassnode and CryptoQuant and whatnot, and even offer some stuff that those guys don't have yet. So, and that's all included, again, $99 a month. So in my opinion, pretty darn cheap. We'll see you there for the guys joining that. Still a good time to join? Oh, dude, absolutely. I mean, I guess it just depends if you subscribe to the idea that we're going to be going on at least a good 12-month run post Bitcoin halving, which is April of next year. And I definitely subscribe to that. But even if we don't, you know, we're still kicking ass in 2023. So I think it's pretty easy to get your value at a Blockcircle. I mean, I know guys that, you know, they join and the first trade they take, they pay for a year of Blockcircle right away. And the flip side, of course, is, you know, you might join and the first few trades aren't going to hit. Like, I'm not going to pretend every trade I take is a hit. We have plenty of misses in there, but we keep the risk low for the most part. And, you know, year over year, the winners tend to outpace the losers by a pretty wide margin. I mean, I'm very much net profitable since getting into crypto. So, you know, I wouldn't say join and expect a trade tomorrow that'll definitely go up 10x in the next week, but it might. And, you know, if not, we're still very confident that long term we will continue to be profitable. And it used to be, you know, that was just kind of reliant on me. But now I've got my business partner kicking ass too. So we got a full team of guys now, and we got a bunch of degens in the chat that are also kicking ass. So yeah, we're pretty confident it's a good time to be joining. Yeah, you make it in one day, fella. You might make it in one day, but you know, you gotta have patience too, for sure. Sexy new bunch of tools coming too. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait to share the platform with the world, dude. It's not overhyped, I promise. Cannot recommend Blockcircle enough. Woo! They make me blush, dude. Yeah, for real. I mean, it really used to just be like I was kind of the value, but now, man, there's people popping off in there. I can't even keep up. You know, I'll wake up and these guys are banging out a 10x on something else. And it's crazy. Morning, everyone. Morning, Tommy. Thanks for tuning in, homie. Just a little bit profitable. We do a little bit of profitable. A little bit, you know. We do a casual 300x on size in the bull market. Someone bought 22K a house. Who's that? Is this a Pepe address? It's a Pepe guy. Bitcoin Bored Ape Maladia. This guy's active in the degen shit. Very cool. There's a Robinhood coin apparently. Wow. Yeah, I didn't mean to show this one on stream, but we did do a little house purchasing today. You know, I got a little frisky. I felt like buying a house, so anyway, a little insider Blockcircle trade information there. Only been a few weeks I joined. Definitely recommend. Worth 10 times the fees. I think so too. And we're not raising prices. We could raise prices if we wanted to, but we try and keep it at a reasonable value. But you know, it costs enough that people that join are actually paying attention. What's up, Crypto with Nick? Thanks for tuning in, homie. Dark topped out already. Near term, probably. I mean, we went from 10 cents to $1.25 in 10 days, so I could definitely see some reaccumulation. You know, something like this, or maybe like, whoa, come on, fit the narrative. Something like this. You know, maybe we pull back to kind of the upper end of this previous range. Find a new floor, and then by the end of the month, probably send to new highs again. Or maybe we just rip next week. I don't know. But I got my bag. This is my biggest bag now. Well, maybe not after the dump, but this is definitely my biggest, if not closest to biggest bag. And it's $4.5 million market cap. I mean, this thing is crazy. And I think the potential here is really high. I've always wanted to run my own MEV bot. Like, I spent so much time trying to find someone that would make one for me, but anyone who's got a half decent MEV bot, there's no reason for him to really share that with anyone if he can just keep making the free money on MEVs. A bunch of Blockcirclers will be at CoinFest 2023 in Bali. True! Spreading the good word. And we love the fellas that are doing that for us. But anyways, guys, without spending too much more time, so new game plan for stream this week. If you're not a fan of it, sorry. This is how we're going to try it this week. But I shared a thread on Twitter yesterday, and I shared a thread in Discord yesterday asking about what you guys want me to look at. Because last stream, it was a little out of hand for the first time ever, really. And I just, by the time I've reviewed 5 projects, there's 10 more in the chat, and I'm trying to get to what everyone's talking about. And, I don't want someone to ask something, not hear about it, and then dip out, and then I still talk about it, So I'm going to try and cover as much as I can of what was asked for me to cover on Twitter. And then we're going to go to private stream, and I'll try to cover as much of that as I can, too. Now, there were a lot of comments, and some people be commenting like 4 or 5 coins, so we'll see how many we can get done. Because, if we keep doing it the way we've been doing it, eventually these streams are going to get obnoxiously long, which I don't mind doing. But for the people who can't be here and, they're going to watch it later, like, not everyone has 3 or 4 hours to just watch the stream. And I totally get that, so I want to respect those people's time as much as possible. And in the future, we're going to have timestamps for the entire stream. Like, I know, if you ask, hey, I want you to look at this coin on stream, you don't want to have to go hunting through a 2-hour stream to find the 4 minutes I talk about that coin. But I can't be bothered. I ain't got the time to sift through and timestamp everything and rewatch the whole stream I just did. But we're going to have someone doing that, and he's kind of like training or whatever right now. So, soon. Hey, what's up, Wolf? Welcome back, brother. Cutting into BG3 time. Hey, I've toned down. I've gotten really far in the game, so I'm trying to not play it too much to not beat it as fast. I've done that so much this year. Like, the new Zelda game came out, and I went so hard the first week, and I haven't played it since because I just don't want to beat it. I don't want it to end. But, yeah. Anyways, been a while. I was taking time off. Hey, good for you, dude. Time off is key. I mean, I got to start doing that more when I make a really good trade and cash it out. Just taking the time off, because it's so easy to make a big-ass win and then get all in the euphoria and the hype and think that you're going to get the exact same thing from whatever you buy next and just roll it into something else, and then you give back like 80% of it. I've been there too many times, so I can definitely feel a vacation brewing. One of my most famous vacations that I took, though, funny enough, was December. The end of December around Christmas, I went on vacation in here. I sold a bunch of stuff too because I wasn't gonna be able to track it and trade it. And I sold a bunch of stuff right before I left. And the weeks I was gone, everything ripped. I was so triggered. So now I'm expecting, and the last time I went on vacation after that, everything nuked. So maybe I'll go on vacation the next month or 2 and we can send the new highs. I think everyone's game for that. But anyway, so guys, no point commenting in the chat, hey, can you look at this? Can you look at that? Like, maybe, if it's on the list. So, we'll see how it goes. If it turns out that it doesn't work well, we'll just go back next week and we'll just take chat recommendations. But at some point, the bigger the stream grows, I just simply will not be able to keep track of chat recommendations. It's just not going to be feasible. But for now, we'll give this a shot. We're going to start business as usual, though. We're going to do a top-down on BTC, because that's what we got to do. That's most important. The only reason we're having a good run right now is because BTC is ranging. And the longer BTC ranges, the better for us, because when this shit moves either way, that's what the big money is following, right? They want to be in Bitcoin when it rips, and they don't want to be in anything when it nukes. So as long as it ranges, we're chilling. But we're going to do top down of that. I've got stuff normally that I want to look at, like my own bags, but we're going to save that for the next stream, since there's so many comments on Twitter. And I'm going to see just how many of those I can get to. And we'll try and wrap the first stream up here within an hour. Just because, I want to have as much time as possible for the Blockcircle stream. But let me go ahead and find the thread. Here we go. I haven't even checked how many coins were posted. There's like 4 in one comment and 5, 6... 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So, like, we probably won't get to some of these. And if you're asking about something, and I know for sure you're in Blockcircle, I probably won't cover it until the Blockcircle stream, just to try and get to all the people that have asked about something that is not in Blockcircle, because we'd love to have them, but if they're not going to join, I still want to see if I can take a look at what they're asking about. So first and foremost, let's get to Bitcoin. One more question. Oh, you're welcome, Mance Counter. I'm happy to be here for the public too. What happens with Blockcircle while you're on vacation? Don't know if it's better wait for you to come back. Well, one, I'm not going on vacation anytime soon. I gotta figure out where I want to go and plan it out. I might just go home to visit my folks. I don't know, but I'm still here. I'm still extremely active. Like, I don't think I've ever gone on a vacation and just pissed off. Even when I've had like some pretty traumatic stuff happening, I'm still in Blockcircle pretty much every day if I can be. I try to be as active as possible. So if I go on vacation, my laptop will come with me. I might bring my ledger, probably not, but maybe. But regardless, I'll still be very active answering questions and stuff. I wouldn't expect any new trades during that period of time, but it's not going to be like a month. I'll go on a week, probably max, because I got animals here and, I don't have people to take care of those for weeks at a time. So business as usual. No new calls, but you also gotta, be realistic. Like, there's been a lot of action and calls in Blockcircle lately. I think people like that. Like, if they join, they don't want to wait 3 weeks for a new trade. But, if you're good at this stuff, you gotta know when to hit it and when to just sit. And sometimes sitting is the move. Sometimes it's not the move to just rotate into something else over and over and over every week until the end of time. Like some of the best traders I know, they will hit it and hit it and hit it, and then they won't do shit for months. And, I get people don't want to join and see that happen, but if it's happening, it's probably for a good reason. And, I'm doing my thing. I know what I'm best at. And sometimes the best thing you can do is just sit on your bags or, wait for the right opportunity. Because you only need a few right opportunities to really make it big. And it's really easy to squander that by taking the wrong opportunities. And I do sometimes, we all take bad trades, and sometimes I take trades that might be good on paper and they just don't work out. But anyways, enough disclaimer. Let's go ahead and let's peek on BTC. Starting off strong with the biggest concern for the market right now, which is this monthly cycle topping out. Now, it's not the end all be all. It doesn't mean, we're guaranteed to go lower, but I definitely think we could have a slog of a market at some point in the next few months, right? Because typically you can see the cycle goes in waves. It tends to go like this. It's not always going to be perfect like that, right? Sometimes you're going to have a really long cycle. It'll get high, barely come back, and then it'll get high, and then it'll stay high. But that tends to happen in extreme exuberance. I don't think we're there yet. For example, the cycle got really extended right here, and we had a full bull market, even though it stayed that way. But I don't think that's always going to happen, especially pre-halving. I think it's more likely that we'll get some kind of downward movement before halving. I don't know if it'll be a full cycle down. I don't know if we'll just do a small dip. And we might not dip at all. Sometimes, like I said, it can just stay really extended, but I don't think we're there yet. And the flip side is momentum on our CCI or RSI, whatever you want to use. I prefer the CCI. Is still negative, right? We're still trending below this 0 line, which maybe we should make better color. Thus, momentum is still negative, right? It's been rising for a bit. Now it's kind of flatlining. And so if momentum starts falling and it's on the negative side, it could get pretty gross pretty fast. We might be going back towards 25K or even 20K if things get really bad. So just keep that in mind. I've screamed a few times this year already. Make sure you're taking profits. Make sure you're taking money to the bank. All that good stuff. And I've personally taken more to the bank this year than my entire portfolio was even worth at the start. So I've played it safe in that, right? I understand if I just leave it in crypto and we keep ripping, obviously I can make more money. But, my portfolio as a whole is pretty heavily exposed. I don't have that much available cash. And I'm willing to risk more of that because I've already kind of de-risked by taking some out. And by just never sending money back from the bank that I've previously cashed out. I don't like to re-gamble what I've already cashed out. So I definitely think it's a good idea. If you've been riding this DeFi wave the last 7 or 8 months, you deserve to pay yourself. You know, everyone wants to go from 1,000 to 1,000,000, but if you got 1,000 to even 10 or 20,000 or whatever it is, you know, you should pay yourself for sure. And just understand, you know, if we go higher, obviously, you know, you could have made more if you left it. But if we go lower, or even if we just do some like really nasty sideways stuff, you'll be glad you paid yourself for sure. So that's one of my biggest things to keep saying. I've said it enough in Blockcircle that I don't harp on it, but always be taking profits, right? It's good to have long-term goals, and it'll be nice if we, you know, trade Bitcoin up to 100,000 into the next year or two. But if we don't, and there's always a possibility we don't, you'd be glad you paid yourself, okay? The whole, no one went broke from taking profits, you know, it's true, right? It's very true. And someone said something good today in the chat that they'd rather miss a winner than get stuck in a loser. And that's a fact. That's a big fact. And no, this is not the private stream, by the way. This is the public one. We'll do this for, you know, an hour or whatever, and then we'll go over to the Blockcircle one. Do you give your sell updates as well in the group? Yeah. Yeah, I let people know when I'm taking profits. Absolutely. And I give rough plans for that when I get in, but, you know, I'm always willing to adapt. Like, if I'm looking for a 10x, I'm up 5x, and there's something else I want to buy, I don't have any free funds, I might decide just to TP some stuff, you know? But once I do, I'll always let people know. But, I tell people, if they're following me and you're worried I'm going to dump on you or something, then just dump before me, you know? Like, you guys can dump on me, I can dump on you, but I will definitely let you guys know when I'm dumping. But, anyways, back to BTC. This is really the only concern I have. The positives on the monthly is that we're still trending above this 8 EMA. Okay, and the majority of uptrends in the long term are going to be above the 8 EMA on the monthly, right? So when you're wiggling around it, like here, the chop, that's not what you like. When you're trending above it, that's when you're going to want to be the most aggressive. Once you start getting below it, you know, like you might be wanting to cut risk, maybe risk back on, cut risk again, more risk off, and chilling. And now it's kind of risk on. If we start to lose this like mid upper 20Ks level, maybe you want to risk off for a little bit. I'm personally, since I've taken profits, I'm kind of just hunkering down. You know, if we get a dip and I had to sit through some pain before glory, that's fine by me. But majority of the cycle, we should be trending above the 8 EMA. And you can see in 2015, we popped above it, and then we did not go back below it until the bull market was over. So I don't know if we'll get that again. You know, we might go back below it and mess around with it before we really take off. But for now, we're still trending above it. It's sitting right now at, you know, mid 27Ks. So intra-monthly dips, I think, to that general region are probably going to be a good buy until we close below it. Okay. I never get mad when I miss an opportunity. If I mess up, I'm hurting. Yeah, for real. Like, if you miss an opportunity, it sucks. And the worst is when you actually do buy the coin and then you sell it before it rips. So it's not like, I just missed it. I had it and then I whiffed it. That hurts the most. But in reality, you know, at least you're not sitting through a full-on rug. Like, that's gonna happen too. And that's the worst of all, for sure. Like, you buy something, you sell for a 2x and it goes 100x, well, at least you doubled your money. You know, you can keep moving on to the next play, and there's always a next play. That's the biggest thing about crypto, guys, you gotta understand is there is always a new opportunity every single day. If not every week or month, but, you know, when things get crazy, every day, there's some new way you can make money. And there's also some new way you can lose it all. So, best to play it safe, yeah? Anyways, moving down to the weekly, you can see we have long since flipped our weekly EMAs back bullish. Why'd they take away the I here? I hate having to do it this way. So again, just like on the monthly with the 8 EMA, the majority of the bull market is going to be when EMAs on the weekly are all rising and price is trending above it. Okay? When it's going down, or even when it's doing this kind of crap, it's a bit trickier, and you can see right now we're still kind of in this potential structure where we've expanded and we've recurled back up, but it's not like this, right? It's not like super clear uptrend, right? We're definitely in an uptrend in the near term, but there's still plenty of time for some crap like this to happen before we get really good expansion. Once we start looking like this on the weekly, I mean, you know, I'm going to be enticed to buy pretty much every dip. And I kind of already am just because of my long-term outlook anyways, but we're definitely not out of the woods, as they say, right? We could definitely still do, you know, a pretty large retrace of this move up this year. Like the 61.8 fib is at 22K. That's a bullish fib. That's a very positive hold, even if we go all the way down there for the long term. You know, halving is all the way over here, right? And the best part of these cycles tends to come after the halving. Maybe we do something different this time. Maybe we run to new highs before halving and we peak before halving. I'm not expecting it, but I'm willing to accept that's a possibility. But what, in my opinion, is more likely is that, you know, we retest these levels at some point before taking off. And maybe not, you know, maybe we just continue the higher high, higher low pattern. That would be the most bullish. But, you know, this is a very real, like, this is not super bearish, right? It's bearish if you're all in here and you don't have a plan for a higher low and you're trading on leverage and you're going to get liquidated for everything you have. That would be very bad. But if you're comfy in your spot positions like I am, if you have, you know, cash in the bank and you've already taken profits this year, this is a good outcome because there's a lot of stuff that right now is at really good valuations for the long term. If you believe this stuff will be around, you know, not everything's going to survive, but the stuff that will, a lot of it, in my opinion, like Ator, for example, is already at what I consider a very cheap valuation. $40 million for what Ator could be offering, I think is very cheap. But I will like it a lot more if it's at, you know, 30 to 40 cents. If I happen to have some free capital at that point, or maybe I want to shift some bags around, I would like it, you know, all the more. If I think this can go to $1 billion from 40 mil, I'll be just as happy to buy it at 30 million or 20 million if I still think it can go to $1 billion. So, you know, make friends with the dip, guys. Come to terms with that being a good thing if you believe in the long-term thesis of Bitcoin continuing to go up, right? If you believe that this trend is going to continue, then dips are your friend. Unless you're all in on leverage, in which case, Godspeed. Could not be me. It's still gearing up to be on point with the overall plan re Bitcoin. Yep, it definitely is. You know, I think there's a very reasonable chance we just do the 2016 playbook, and we just keep making higher lows, go sideways. This is what's called a time-based capitulation. You know, this is the other capitulation. Just pure price action reckoning. And then this is time-based capitulation, just like this, right? Time-based, price-based. And sometimes you're just going to get one. Like here, we didn't get time-based. We just got price action. Here, we got time-based and price action capitulation. Here, we got time-based accumulation. And here, we've kind of just had steady upwards accumulation. And if this goes sideways, people are going to lose their minds. I mean, already, I'm looking at Ethereum, and like when I calculate my DeFi trades, I don't even check Ethereum. I know Ethereum is $1,850. Like, I don't check it because it's the same price every week. People trying to trade that are having a rough time. You know, it could not be me. So we could do that, or we could do this. You know, as long as you understand both of those are equally possible in a market like crypto. I mean, I feel like, you know, you're never going to wake up and be like, holy crap, I'm screwed. You know, if you're positioned like I am, you're going to wake up to this and you're probably going to freak a little bit because like, holy crap, you know, that would be insane. But then you might be looking at what can I scoop up? You know, what's going to make me 10,000 or 50,000 or whatever dollars in the next year if I step up and buy here. And then here, you know, if this continues, then DeFi coins just keep ripping. Like this is the best thing we could happen right now. This is good. We definitely want Bitcoin to go up, but trust me, guys, this is better. The higher your assets can go before we start ripping and then go sideways again, that's again huge. You know, you can make a 10x on something here. It might go up another 2x during this, and then it'll pull back, And then you can run that 10 or 20x up another 20x again, and then rinse and repeat and repeat and repeat. That is the best thing that could happen, is if we just keep doing this. And centralized exchange traders are going to lose their minds. You know, everything there is just going to keep going sideways. It's going to look like chain link, right? Endless sideways. But DeFi traders, we are eating. We're eating good. Is the stream dropping frames? No, tell me it's not. It's not. I have actually 0% drop frames this time, and 10,000 kilobytes a second. So, might just be you this time, my friend. Any gaming coins you're looking to accumulate? Perhaps. Perhaps some gaming coins. I can't remember if I already have. I have Tropica. That's one of my main gaming coin bets. CAH is the ticker for that. I'm only up like 2x or something on it, but I'm pretty confident that's going to be a big winner. Let me see here if I have any. I don't know if I have any other GameFi bets, but one of my biggest bets outside of like spot holdings is a company called Block Games. And some of you guys that are in Blockcircle for a year or two now, you guys are already familiar with this one. Excuse me. But Block Games is one of my biggest bets in crypto right now. It's probably my biggest personal bet that I actually have. You know, I have triple the exposure in this that I have in anything else. And that's because I got in really early in their seed capital raising, and we shared the same thing in Blockcircle. It's one of the rare opportunities we've had where we can share a private sale of sorts for Blockcircle guys. So there's a lot of guys in that one, but keep your eyes out, guys, for Block Games when they launch their Block token. You know, I don't know how it's going to do on launch, but the plans they have are immaculate. I'm extremely confident in these guys. I think they're going to run their business up massively. They have a bunch of games partnered through SD, which is a really popular game service that has tons of users, tons of user engagement and retention, and all of their games and all the profits that Block Games makes as a company is going to have revenue share with token holders. So you hold the Block token and you get revenue share from every game they have and every game they'll make in the future. And I think a lot of companies are going to want to come on and partner with them to help launch games, and you're going to get revenue share from that. So keep your eyes out for it. Block token. I think it'll launch Q4 this year, maybe. They've got like co-founder of Axie Infinity on board. They've got a lot of big names, so definitely keep your eye on that one. That's my biggest GameFi bet, and it's kind of the main reason I'm not actively hunting for a bunch of new GameFi plays. Like I said, I have Tropica, which has had a good run. I think this is honestly going to be a huge play. You know, we've run it from like 50 cents to $1 or $1.50 or whatever. I think this is maybe even $100 token in the future, at least 10 or 20 bucks. But I think come next year, this could be a $100 plus token, and it's $1. So that's my next biggest GameFi bet, if you will. And I feel really good about this one too. Not as good. Block Games is definitely a different breed. Like that one's crazy, and we got the Blockcircle gang in super low. But yeah, definitely a big fan of GameFi. I think GameFi will have one of the best narratives in this cycle. Because last cycle was the first one we really had GameFi as a narrative for investing. But most of the games put out last cycle were either just super ambitious but never came to fruition, or they were just kind of garbage. But this time we have guys that aren't just making, we don't have crypto guys that are trying to make games. We have real game developers making games and, partnering with crypto guys or people that have done both for years. Like, that's what we need. We need games that are fun and will actually have user retention outside of just being a play to earn fest. Like, the games actually have to be good and fun. Like, if you had Warzone where you could make money too, like so many people stream Warzone because they want to make money through Twitch. Well, what if you just make money playing Warzone? That would work because Warzone is already a fun game to play for some people, It's already a really fun, super engaging game that brings you back every time. What if you could just earn money as well? That's a double reason to play Warzone. That's what we need, and that's what I think GameFi is going to see for the first time in this cycle. So definitely going to want to be paying attention to GameFi, yeah. it's like a win-win regardless. Exactly. If you're not trading on leverage, you know, if you don't lose your whole account if you trade below X level, then yeah, it's a win-win. And it's a double win-win if you've been involved this year and you've made money and cashed out something. You know, like obviously, you know, everything I have is going to suffer some pretty big drawdown if we go through this. I don't doubt that. And it's not, I'm not saying, you know, it's a win to lose money on your open positions, but if you're confident in their long-term survival, and if you're not investing more than you can lose in a certain period of time, then this is a big win. You know, if you think you can 10x from here, you can probably 20x from down here, right? So yeah, it's a win-win. And when you've structured your portfolio to be this way, like I said, you don't wake up feeling like you have to check the charts, right? Like I still do because it's my job and I really love it. But this or this or this or this or this, whatever, you know, it's all bullish for the long-term thesis if you're a believer that this stuff's going to continue going up over the long term. If you don't believe that, I mean, I would not be that very heavily involved in crypto. But yeah, all very good stuff. Champs look great too. I've heard good things about Champs. I don't think I have room for it, but I've heard very good things about Champs for sure. Revenue generating and NFT sales was ranked #1 a couple of weeks ago. So how about revenue generating and NFT sales packaged in one? That's where PRTC comes in, backed by Kronos, who backs WooTrade. One of my bigger bets for sure. I'm not sure. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's my 9th biggest bag right now, which is kind of, you know, I'm pretty much banking on my top 10 to 15. Because, lads, I've got probably 40 plus coins that I own, and majority of those will not do that well. But the top 10 to 15, I'm extremely confident will, and so far have massively outpaced the bottom half. And quite often you have a bottom half that comes into the top half, like this one. You know, this one when I bought was not, you know, it was like 10 cents and quickly jumped into the top half and back in the bottom half. And now it's creeping its way back up to number 9 in my portfolio. But yeah, these guys are doing NFTs and revenue share, which I think is going to be a big winner. It's like an NFT liquidity hole. It's going to be sick. I'm really confident in that one. It's what I've taken the most from Blockcircle is the patience to wait. Absolutely, dude. Like you don't want to whiff this because of this. And this happens. This is very real. You know, we might be in the early stages of this. So, but if you're a believer in this happening again, to some extent at least, and for me, seeing how insane DeFi has been during this makes me all the more confident that the stuff we have is going to be unreal if we ever get this again. And we might not, you know, you have to also accept we might not get some crazy thing like this again, but I think we will. And even if we don't, I mean, if we can have this and still make crazy money in DeFi, then who cares about this, right? This is just gravy at that point. But I do think this will happen. I do hope this will happen. You know, we'll make a lot more money if we get that again. Next era, Ator is all we need. That is probably true. I mean, if I could only hold one project in crypto indefinitely, it would be Ator. I'm not going to go on a big spiel right now. We'll talk about it more in the Blockcircle stream, but this has really like reinvigorated why I got into crypto in the first place. Like the potential to do something game-changing, not just in crypto alone. And the guys behind it generally care about what they're doing and how what they're doing can, you know, change the way that we interact with the internet. Like, I just think it's so cool, man. And the team is very generous. I know they're making donations to like computer science initiatives and to like improving computer science in third world countries and stuff. Like the team is just great. Like they're clearly extremely dedicated and they have altruistic mindset, and what they're doing, I think, can make a really big difference in the internet as a whole. And I'm very much, to an extent, you know, anti-government. I don't think we should abolish the government or anything, but the government definitely wants to spy on us nonstop. And I'm very much for anything that limits how we can be spied on. You know, like, you guys want to watch what I'm doing with my money? Well, hey, what's the Federal Reserve doing with their money? You know, what's all these politicians doing with their money? You let me know, and then you can look at my accounts. But instead now it's completely backwards, right? Like, I can't look at where's the Department of Defense's spending going? You know, where's the Where's intelligence spending all their money? That's what I would like to know. You know, is my taxes going to a new battleship, or is it going to fix the shitty roads around where I live? Well, you'll never know. But you got to pay your taxes, right? Like, I hate that stuff. You know, so Tor is really empowering internet privacy. And I think that's great. You know, imagine you do anything, even remotely. Like, imagine if I talk about this project and the government's going to call up my ISP and be like, hey, this guy, he can't have internet rights anymore. We don't like what he's saying, so he can't have internet rights. Well, what's the ISP going to do? They're going to take away your internet. What else can they do? You know, they don't want to get shut down by the government, so they're going to take away your internet privacy and your internet rights. And if you can't connect to the internet and they call up the cell services and they say, hey, make sure this guy can't get internet, what are you going to do? You're disconnected with the whole world. Well, maybe you buy an Ator relay, maybe you access the Tor network, and you can host your own internet basically using the Tor network. That's pretty sick. I think the thesis for that is very clear and kind of necessary. Like, we really need something like this. I'm not saying everyone needs Ator, the token, but what they're trying to pull off, we need. Everyone actually needs this, and sooner or later, the world's going to realize it. When they realize how reliant they are on ISPs and how ISPs are completely and utterly at the whelms of the governing agencies, yeah, people are going to want stuff like this to succeed. For sure. And see, now that is something I can get behind. I can not just, like, I can get behind a good gambling coin, you know, because I know people want to gamble and I think it's a good narrative, but I'm not really behind it. Like, it doesn't make me feel good supporting some gambling coin. It's kind of like the low end of what I want to be invested in. You know, I want to make money, so I'll still buy it, but I can support something like Ator. You know, I can happily support something like that to the end because I think what they're doing is very helpful and it's not hurting anyone. Like, I just think that's so hype, dude. Best part about throwing in bread you can lose to zero or hero. Takes out the needed time. Exactly, yeah. If I put in 2% of my account, risk to zero, I don't really care that much if Bitcoin nukes out, right? Because my risk is my risk. Like, I know when I buy something, I'm risking 2% on that coin. If it goes to zero and stays there forever, all I lose is 2%. Otherwise, I'm probably making money on it. It's a really simple way of investing. For a period of time, I was not interested in that. Like, oh, you know, who wants to risk 1 to 3% of their account? How am I going to ever make it big doing that? Well, not only can you, but you make it big by not whiffing. You know, when you whiff the bag because you're trying to make it big too fast, that's a great way to make it to zero. You know, you might not get rich in a year, but you definitely go broke in a year. Like, imagine someone told you, hey, you can retire in 5 years. You'd be fucking hype, right? Like, sure, you want to retire this year, but if it's this year, 5 years, or 50 years, I think I'll take the 5 years. That sounds like a pretty safe bet. So imagine you can get wealthy in crypto in a couple of years, maybe not in 2 months, but in a couple years, if you just don't whiff the bag, right? You might want to put 30% of your account in one project because, oh, that's how I'm going to make the most money. And it might work out. But if you're just picking some shitcoin to do that on, you might just get wrecked, you know? So you just gotta, as long as you can accept the risk, you know, power to you, however you want to manage it. But ooh, that's a great way to put it. Risk management adjusted to portfolio size. Absolutely. And also you got to consider greed management. You might have a plan, but if you get this, are you going to be able to stick to your plan before your plan actually comes to fruition? Because if not, your plan might not fit your own greed management, right? I feel like I've kind of termed that at this point. I need to copyright that, greed management. Fuck. Do I think the Ator team will be able to pull this off? Absolutely, dude. There's not even the smallest doubt in my mind. They've already got 10% of all the relays on the Tor network. Just in, you know, a few short months, they've taken over 10% of the Tor network. Huge. And, you know, they're still building. Like, most of their stuff is not even live. Just wait until the public can get access to their hardware. I mean, it's going to be a shit show. Because the only people supporting the Tor network right now are doing it for free. And it's actually costing them money to do it. Now, those people clearly still want to support Tor. What happens when they realize, wait, I can actually just get paid for this? Wait, no, I can get paid and it can be profitable? Oh, you know, it's going to be a no-brainer for those guys. Let alone, like, I got some guys in Blockcircle already. They're like, I want to start a relay. That sounds exciting. And it is. Like, it's not just exciting to buy it. It's exciting to actually get involved in the project, right? And support something bigger than just yourself and just making money. You know, that's fun. Like, regardless of just being here to make money, that is fun. And if you're interested in that kind of stuff like me, it just makes the experience so much more positive. Like, so yeah, I mean, obviously I'm biased because I have a fat bag, but I'm very confident these guys can pull it off. Below 5 figs, go concentrated bets. Yeah, for sure. Like, if you only have, you know, a 10K portfolio, you might not want to just put 1% in everything, because at that point, you know, you can't really put $100 in every Uniswap trade because you're going to be losing a big percent of fees. So, you know, when you're a much smaller account, oh, excuse me, you just kind of have to accept that if you're trying to get growth faster than really managed risk is going to let you, then you just have to accept more risk. You know, if you want to make it bigger faster, you're just going to have to take bigger risks. And that might not work out for you. That just is what it is. If you're in Blockcircle, I do believe there's a higher chance it'll work out for you. But even then, you know, if you might happen to pick 3 coins that you want to go 30% of your account in, that might be 3 misses from me. You know, I definitely have misses. And if I get 3 in a row, which is possible, and you're just blindly following me on that, you might get wrecked, right? And I won't be taking responsibility for that. You know, when I put up, hey, 2% risk, that's the risk. You want to go balls to the wall, hey, you know, I respect it. I'm not saying I would do it any differently necessarily, but take up the risk. You know, if you make a big win on a trade, you don't owe me nothing. Like, that's all you. If you take a big L due to your own risk management, that's all you, right? I don't want that to happen, but, you know, it is what it is. Tor won't be the only network they'll be expanding. Whoa, easy, Tiger, easy. We're trying to get a pullback here so we can get more. All right, let's take it easy on the alpha. Not everyone needs to know about that yet. Okay, all right. Let's relax a little bit here. Your boy ain't got the biggest bag he wants yet. Let these guys who are doing all this crap, let them send it a little bit lower. I'm trying to bang out a few X's on some other coins first. So, oh yeah, delete message retracted. Anyone know what he said? I'm about to delete the VOD for fuck's sake. But anyways, I'm going on a spiel. It's so hard not to go on a spiel when you're so passionate, but I will still try and cover as many of the low caps from Twitter as possible. I guess it'll just be a long stream today, but it's hard not to talk about stuff that I'm so passionate about. But anyways, we'll try and wrap up Bitcoin here more. There's not much more to say, right? Like, don't be trading this stuff on leverage. If you want to hold some Bitcoin spot, I think that's fine. Just, you know, down is just as likely as up from here, and up down is also extremely likely. Like, you got to be willing to suffer some drawdown if you're in Bitcoin at a time like this, right? You're not in a raging bull market right now, okay? And the same goes for a lot of your spot low caps, guys. If you're in that stuff and you're planning on a long-term investment, you better be willing to sit through some heinous drawdowns, because I think that is a very real possibility, okay? So never ignore Bitcoin. Always take a peek at it every day. You know, you're going to get used to it being sideways, just like me. I'm going to be calculating all my trades, 1850 ETH, and then next week it's going to be, whoa. ETH is $2,200? What are you talking about? Right? And I'm going to have to scroll to see it. Or I'm going to have to scroll it up to see where it's gone down, right? Like, that'll happen eventually. People are getting bored with this stuff. Any insider info on Tropica? You know, the team has reached out to me about, like, talking more, but I'm kind of just cool with what they're doing. Like, I've seen all their game development so far. The game looks really fun, and it's cute. You know, I think I really like what they're building, so I don't feel the need to really dig deeper. I'm not adding anymore. You know, I've got as much risk on this as I've wanted to add. Clearly, someone's interested in buying. Clearly, someone's interested in selling, but people are loading up, right? So I'm really confident in what these guys are building long-term. They have a ridiculous amount of use cases for their token in their game system and their whole ecosystem and everything. So I'm really confident in this. I don't think there's really any insider info even needed. Like, for me, this is very much a long-term up-only coin. Like, I think this is going to go to $10 or $20 easily. You know, $20 to $40 million market cap and a bull run won't even be top 500. Okay, and I think if they can release a really good game that's also a lot of fun and has chances to show off your skills and stuff like that, I don't think they're going to have any problem with the token rising in value. I think this is very much a chill hold. I'm about to sneeze, hold on. Oh, goodness. I hope I muted my mic for that. Did you get a free Milady? A Mimani? Yeah, dude. Mimani's way better than Milady's, dude. Milady's cringe. Milady's got like cringe cult around it. I'm not hating if you're in Milady's, power to you, but I love Mimani's, dude. That's only one dude who makes all of them. I think they look so sick. If you guys aren't familiar, let me pull up his account. Keep in mind, I'm not straight up supporting all this guy's opinions, because this guy, Mimani Baker, Muggs, man, he has got some controversial opinions. You ain't gonna like everything he says, I promise. He'd be like, if a woman has tattoos, she ain't worth shit. Like, okay, buddy, whatever. Like, I don't care about that. And you might catch him saying some shit you don't want to hear. I ain't gonna support the stuff he says. But I love his project. I love the Mimanis. You know, they're super personalized. He can make any Mimani that you want, you know, based off any character you like or any sort of anything, really. And there's always only one. To me, if you have a Milady profile picture, I'm never going to be able to recognize you because you look like every other Milady. But people see this, like, they know, oh, that's the guy with the Hisoka Mimami. Like, I know who that is. You know, I see people as Mimani and I know who they are because only they're going to want to rock their Mimani. Anyways, I'm not like saying Mimanis are going to go to the moon. I really love it. I really love the art. I think he's got his own style. I think they look way better than Milady's, and they're not cringe. He might be a little cringe sometimes, but I love the guy. I think he's a good guy. Some controversial takes for sure, but he's a good guy, and I will happily rock a Mimani, and I will never rock a Milady. But no hate. If you like Miladies, I'm not hating on you. I'm just messing, but yeah. Are you going to buy one of the relays? I'll definitely buy the hardware to like connect to the internet through it for sure. I don't know if that's what the relay is, but I will definitely be buying one of their hardwares for sure. I'm not interested in making money off of it. Like, you know, people who mine Bitcoin and stuff, extremely profitable. I'm just not, it's not the kind of play I'm looking for, but I'll definitely buy it to use it if I ever just want to, you know, use the internet privately, or if for some reason my ISP doesn't like what I'm doing, you know, and being involved in crypto in the forefront of tech, there's a very real possibility, you know, a non-zero possibility that your ISP might not like what you're doing. So yeah, I'll definitely be buying. I don't know if it's if it's the relay that does that, but how much the relay setup costs, I don't really know. I think, what is it, a couple $100 or something, or $100? I haven't looked into it, you know, because I'm not doing it. But I've got some guys in Blockcircle that have already done it that would be able to let you know. And I'm in talks with the team, you know, I'll just ask them. But I think that information is also public by now, if you do some digging. But anyways, let me see if I can find... Oh boy. Let's start getting into some low caps. So if you guys have any more questions on Bitcoin or strategy or the overall market, you know, I'll try and get to it, but I would strongly advise you to join Blockcircle. If you're in Blockcircle and you DM me, I will get back to you. Like, I promise. I'll try as fast as I can. I will get back to you. I will make it my priority over everything else to get back to people who send me messages. And I think every single person in Blockcircle that has messaged me can attest to that. I mean, I have sent people novels of information through DMs. So, anyways, let's go ahead and let's try and get into this. I have this on my screen where the chat is, so if I miss some chat questions, I'm sorry. I'll try to go back and forth. And again, don't post... Look at this Hunter in the chat. I'm not gonna, like, if it's not on the thread, I just don't have the time for it. I've already gone almost an hour just on Bitcoin and Ator and a couple others and just talking about strategy in general, so I want to respect time as much as possible, and that goes for the guys that are going to be watching the VOD later. Okay, so... And also, again, because of the sheer number of projects here, I'm not going to be able to do a deep dive on any of this stuff. For the most part, we're going to look at the chart. Maybe on some of the ones we'll look at the website, but if you want a deeper dive, you know, you probably got to be in Blockcircle. Like, previously it was just an upsell. Now it's kind of just a fact. Like, if you want more of my time, I got to prioritize the guys that are in Blockcircle, okay? And again, if you're in Blockcircle already, I'm probably not looking at your coin yet until the Blockcircle stream. So like Plaza, I know you asked about the GameFi coins, Sand, and Man and Axie, and Render. We'll definitely look at them, but let's try and get through some people that aren't in Blockcircle. You're here, Augustin, right? Are you in Blockcircle? I don't know why, but I always feel like you're in Blockcircle. Are you not? Instant response on CT queries. Yeah, like, I still want to give CT guys time. I have no hate for anyone that doesn't want to join Blockcircle, but I just want to make sure, you know, clearly these guys are my priority. Passing my picks to save time. Yeah, we'll get to them after, but for now, let's... Are you still here, Augustin? Or Avgustin? I'm assuming you are. And if you're not in Blockcircle, just make sure to let me know, and I'll cover FX1. Let's look at base. Oh no, wait, this guy's in Blockcircle. Nope, not looking at base. 0k in, not yet. Chris, you're in Blockcircle, my guy. Come on now. Mr. Exchange. I don't think I recognize. He doesn't even follow me. He didn't even follow me on Twitter, bruh. He's probably not even in here. Jackson Capital. I don't think that guy is in Blockcircle. This is the thing. If you're in Blockcircle too and you're on crypto Twitter, please have the same profile picture. You know, if you change your Twitter one, please change it on Blockcircle, because I'm a visual guy. You know, like some people like Mushroom, I'm always going to remember. And now, at this point, Augustin, I'm always going to remember because he's got the same, like I know that picture. When I see that picture, I know who it is. Blockcircle with 5 figs. Oh, okay. All right, we'll start with FX1 then. But if you guys, like Ryan Katan, if you have your YouTube picture, your Blockcircle picture, the same picture, I will legit remember you so much better. I can't look at EMP unless it was commented on Twitter. I'll see if it was, but if not, then I'm afraid not. Not right now, at least. But if you're in Blockcircle and you hit me up in the DMs, I got you. We haven't done TIG. Nope, not yet. I'm in Blockcircle. Don't know where to start. What do I do? That's a good question to just ask in the chat. If you're in the chat, like you have all the channels, you can just go into general chat and post that question. You will get opinions from everyone. But my biggest advice is just watch the #trades channel. That's where all my main updates are going to go. And, you know, check out some of the threads underneath that. You know, you could ask in the chat too, what are the most promising ones or all that stuff. But there's people in there that'll definitely try and help you. And then later on, you know, after streaming stuff, I'll try and, you know, give you my take on it too. But there's definitely info on that in the channel. Just don't be afraid to ask. You know, general chat is the best place for questions like that. Or the help chat too. All right, let's start with FX1. Let me get a Dex Tools up here. I totally, man, I hope this one's down. I'm gonna be real. I hope it's down because I whiffed this one. Ah. Oh, okay. I mean, it's basically the same levels. I think, was it you? It might have been you who was originally trying to get me in like over here. So we're not that much up from there. I mean, this is like sports betting, right? If I recall correctly. Again, oh yeah, FX1 Sports for sure. I'm not going to take the time on all these to look through the website and stuff, but oh, they've changed up their website maybe? I've honestly always thought this was a good project. Like, I think this one is a pretty safe bet. Like, I think this one's going to have a good trend for it. The chart looks really solid too. Like, clearly, every dip is getting scooped up. You know, it had a crazy run from like 0.0003 up to, you know, a 20x or whatever that was from the get-go. A 50x. So, you know, a couple months of sideways is very expected and healthy, right? It's showing that every dip, there are people willing to accumulate it in this range. And for now, the people that didn't sell on the way up, they're willing to sell it in this range. You know, once you really get out of this kind of channel that it's in, you know, that's when your next leg up is really going to start. So if you're buying in here, you know, I would maybe expect some resistance at the top end from people that either, you know, bought in here and they've been deciding, ooh, do I actually want to take some profits? And they will if it comes back up. And then just the people that are buying the range low to try and sell the range high. Those guys will probably continue to do that. But if you have a good entry, I mean, I personally think at $2 million market cap, this is probably a good hold. There's not that many projects out there that are trying to do this, so it's kind of got its own little niche narrative going. There will be more that do try and do it, but I think they've got a reasonably good first mover advantage, so I'm definitely a fan of this one. Oh, it's sports streaming. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid narrative if you ask me. I don't know if I'm going to buy it. I'll probably regret it, but I mean, it's just hard, dude. It's just hard to find room. Like, I'll be like, it's hard to find room, and then what do? I sell more Unibot to buy something new, and then I'm thinking like, damn, I don't have much Unibot left. Like, I'm running out of, and I don't really want to sell any of the stuff I do have, so I've only got like room for maybe 1 or 2 more bags right now until some of my other stuff lifts off. It's becoming, I gotta be very picky with what I'm buying now, but if I had, you know, if I had plenty of cash, this would, hold on. Oh, never mind. I thought my cats were getting into something, but they're both behind me. I'm not sure what that was. Might be my girlfriend. But yeah, I think this is a really good one. So I think you're in good hands. Let me call my girl. I want to see if that's my girlfriend making noise or if that's someone banging on the back door. Give me 1 second, lads. All right, we're good. It's just my dog upstairs moving a box around or something. Bag? I don't know what that is, but I can't look at it unless it's on Twitter or in the Discord thread. But yeah, FX1 looks good. Next up, I'm also going to make sure the people who posted this are in the chat. So, Jackson, are you in the chat, brother? If you're in the chat, then I'd be happy to cover the coins you posted. But if not, for time's sake, I think I'm about to skip it. You know, if people are going to post and want me to look at something, but they're not going to watch the stream, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you're in Blockcircle, I got you, of course. Like, I will definitely look at it. But if, you know, you're not in Blockcircle and you're also not going to watch the stream, I mean, sorry. Like, only so much time. So, you let me know. Jackson Capital, if you're in here, brother, I will happily look at your coins if we have time. But, I don't know. How about Fart Trade? ISX33I? Wants me to look at Ty, which I do kind of like Ty. I think Ty's a good project. A little overvalued in my opinion, but if you're in the chat, let me know, and I will gladly look at your coin. Crypto Man, Cash App Man NFT wants me to look at Planet. Messi is on board. Ooh, that's tempting. Again, if you're in the chat, Lucas, who are you, Lucas? Are you Far Trade or Jackson? I know you maybe you don't want to dox yourself, but I'm in Blockcircle and in the chat. Okay, well, your Twitter is not Lucas, so I don't know. Is that Jackson Capital? Is that you? I'm sorry if you're trying to keep it on the DL, but there's so many projects to look at. Waiting on you, brother. And then I'm just going to read off some of these names. And if you guys are in the chat, let me know which Twitter name is you so I know that you are here for coverage of the project. We've got Crypto Man. We got Dinka. We got Katso. Another Jax. But I think this is probably... Yeah, there's another guy that doesn't follow me that wants me to look at Zero. I'm not looking at it. BB, DNT. BB, I think... There's a BB in the chat for sure in Blockcircle. I'm not sure if that's you, that the BB I'm familiar with. Jackson. Okay, yeah, all right. We'll look at yours next then. Again, and then Apney Girl, Reply Guy, Matus, Hyson Towel, Wizard, Alakazam, V270K, 0x Lich, another Zero guy that doesn't follow me. They must have just tried to raid me. Space Trades, Alt Slayer, David S. Okay, if any of you guys are in the chat, just leave your Twitter name so I know to look at your projects. Otherwise, you know, we're just going to look at people that are in here. I didn't know that was your Twitter, though. Lucas, I have to give you a follow here. So, CC. I'm glad someone wants to look at CC because I want to look at CC. Even if the project name has CAC in it. Gosh, I feel like... I don't know who picked the name. Is there any insider info here? Is the name supposed to mean something with regards to betting in casinos? Because... CAC on is just, or cock on. If Cacoon would make sense, that'd be 2 O's. Like, gosh, it's a terrible name for a project, but I do like the logo with the little ace in there or whatever. I think that's pretty cool. And overall, come on. the price action for this is absolutely beautiful. You could not hope for something better, right? A huge move up, some drawn out, you know, month-long accumulation, really easy to get in if you want a bag. I mean, it went sideways, every pump got distributed. Early buyers are getting out, new buyers are getting in, and now we've pumped 3x since then, gone sideways, and we're looking to push new highs right now. I mean, how cool is that? Look at Genie. Did you post about it in the Twitter thread or Discord thread? If you're in Blockcircle, then it'll definitely get looked at next stream for sure. But if you're not in Blockcircle and you didn't post it in the Twitter thread, I don't think I can look at it because that's what I've committed to for this stream at least. But I guess I'll call it Kaka. And this is a no-brainer for me. This is actually one of my favorite bets right now. I think I'm not super hype on casinos, like and as far as supporting them goes, but I do think it's a great narrative, and this is probably my favorite casino-based project right now. I think RLB is creating a ton of hype around casinos in general, and for me, $2 million market cap, less than $2 million, as far as I know, fully diluted already, 200K liquidity, which is over 10% of the market cap, really solid, some great price action. Clearly a lot of interest in this coin, you know, whether it's, Crypto Hunter's pumping it on his tweets, like, I don't know, but clearly people want to hold this asset. And we talked about it first mid-July on stream in here. I was considering aping more, but I was just kind of chilling out, see if the Blockcircle guys wanted to get in. And I know a bunch of guys accumulated in here after we talked about it on stream, and they're sitting up on an easy 10x right now. And it's not even $2 million market cap. Right? Like, I genuinely think this is going to go at least 10x from here. Like, I don't see why this can't go to $1. Honestly, what is that? $50 million market cap? I mean, to me, that's a no-brainer. They have 15,000 game options, which most of these casinos can't get because you need licensing for a lot of them. Some of these casinos don't need licenses, I don't think, for certain games. But for a lot of different kinds of games, you need a license to have that game. And these guys have it through Slotagrator. And so they've got 15,000 game options. I mean, it's absolutely insane. Like, every kind of game you could want to play and bet on is in this. Hey, good morning, Logan. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Morning here, at least. Okay. So yeah, not much more to say about this. I'm just a huge fan. It's one of my biggest investments. I think it's 10th or... I haven't updated. Let me update the price in my spreadsheet. Ooh, it's moved up. It's actually now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th biggest bag right now. 4.5% of the account. And I think I risked not even 0.5% on my original entry. So we are reaping extremely limited downside. I lose 0.5% of my initial if it goes to 0 and stays there forever. And the upside is literally like infinite. You know, if it goes 10x from here, goodness gracious, make like 50% of my account from a 0.5% bet. My favorite kind of bets. I never stress about it. It looks great. The chart looks great. The team looks really solid. Clearly there's interest in it. I love this one. You know, we'll try and not spend too much time on each one, but love this one. Do I have a wallet aggregator to follow all bags? I've got all my addresses tied into a CoinMarketCap portfolio tracker and a Zerion portfolio tracker. And in addition to that, I have my own spreadsheet that I change all the prices manually and stuff. It's not sophisticated. I'm still trying to figure that out, but I have my own Excel sheet that I track, and then I have the Zerion and CoinMarketCap portfolio trackers. So yeah, I do. Oh, you're in Blockcircle? Yeah, we'll definitely be looking at Genie then next stream for sure. Because I did add to that recently. I mean, we could cover it really quickly, I guess, because I'm going to look at it later, but just in general, I think it looks pretty good. They need to get more bots. They need to get into more channels for sure. But I bought some in this like 2000 range, and I'm still holding from initial entry back here, a little piece. But, you know, sold the exact high on this one and sold a couple more times in here. So, you know, I'm not stressing about it. I think it's going to be a good opportunity in the next couple of days to probably TP some if we get a move up. But in general, I think this project has a pretty good outlook. But we'll cover it more in Blockcircle stream. Let me see what next we have. Jackson won DMT. Let's look at that. Oh gosh, I'm coping on this one. I missed a couple of my boys were talking about this at the very beginning. It's this one on Camelot, right? Yeah, like some of my friends, man, we were talking about this at like $3 in the group chat, and I was just totally middle curving it. Whew! What a chart, dude. $42 million market cap. And so it's getting up there in the market cap for sure. Really nice buyback today. Wow, $1 million buyback. This is massive liquidity. Holy crap. $4 million liquidity is really good. I mean, the chart looks great. You know, as long as you can continue making higher lows on each move up, you know, even if you come back down to like mid-20s, this looks really good. I don't know what the upside potential of this is. I can't even get a website from it, but it's like, this is like casino stuff, right? Or like gambling, I believe. I would wager a lot of guys that were in early on, though, are looking to take profits pretty soon from, you know, here to 100. So I'm not sure if it's the coin for me. If you're in early, I definitely would want to take profits on the way to 100 million. But I also don't know, you know, I don't know anything about this one really. So I'm not sure on the fundamentals, if it's worth, you know, hundreds of millions. Maybe it is, but the chart at the base level, the chart looks really good. You know, a very clear uptrend that's still intact as long as you don't break like low 20s. Okay, so any higher low in here is probably worth the bid if you believe in the long-term trend continuing. And last up, Dung, dude, man, I'm gonna be real. I have not looked at this chart since I puked the lows. I'm just been scared to look at it because, oh, I just know I puked. I guess I didn't puke the exact lows. I don't remember when I sold this. This might have been, I think this was me on this candle. Naturally, I had a big, or maybe it was in here actually. I can't remember when I did that big sale. Let me actually figure that out. I'm kind of curious now. It was the second, so yeah, I guess this probably this, or maybe probably this candle was me getting out. I didn't have that much size, but I don't know. I just wanted to free up some capital at the time, and I don't know. This just wasn't doing it for me. Like, I think it's a fine product, but clearly Unibot is taking the reins on this narrative, and I don't think we need a bunch of coins and projects doing the same thing as Unibot. Like, I think if, like Dark, for example, is kind of like Unibot, you know, because there'll be a Telegram bot, but they have their own, like, narrative, you know. They're going to be an MEV bot. They're going to let you run your own MEV bots. That's a unique thing versus if you're just trying to be Unibot but faster or cheaper, well, what if Unibot just becomes faster and cheaper? Then your coin has no thesis. So I don't know if this is really something I'm interested in anymore. You know what I mean? Ooh, MoChains wants me to check the Nun chart. MoChains, my guy, did you ask about that in the thread in Discord? Did you post that in the thread in Discord? If you did, then I will definitely cover it next stream. And if I have time at the end, we can cover it. But we're trying something new this week where I only cover things that people ask about in the thread, because there's just, even if I covered everything people asked about in the thread, it'll take hours. And oh, well, thankfully you're in Blockcircle, so all you gotta do is DM me, and I will literally give you DM me, post it in the chat. I'll post my exact thoughts on it after stream. That's the beauty of it, you know. If you're in Blockcircle and I don't have time for it when the stream goes down, I'll probably be in the chat right after stream looking at stuff. So, but I'd love to, you know, my guy, I'd love to give you priority, but I'm trying to stick to my guns here. So, but I will say nobody else whose names I read off other than Jackson Capital has said they're in the chat. So if you post about it on Twitter, I gotta believe that you're probably not gonna come back and watch the VOD. If you're watching this VOD now and hoping I'm covering your coin, sorry, I mean, you probably should have tuned into stream or just join Blockcircle, because we've been going hour 15 minutes and we haven't even gotten to the 50 plus comments from Blockcircle. So it's probably about time that I wrap this up. So we love you, brother. I'm trying to be consistent, you know. I try to be consistent. The love goes both ways. So yeah, I guess we'll just wrap this stream up here for the public. If you guys, you know, if you're not in Blockcircle, well, we do 2 streams on Sundays. The next one's just for Blockcircle. And then this week we're starting another stream on Wednesdays in the morning. So it's about 4 p.m. here for me right now. We'll be doing a Wednesday stream at 10 a.m. Again, just for Blockcircle guys, because, you know, they deserve that time. But if you're not in Blockcircle and you're still watching, I appreciate you and I got love for you. I wish you all the best, even if you're not joining. You know, you can still message me on Twitter and stuff. I'm pretty responsive to anyone. I'm not like a only respond to Blockcircle guys, but if I've got an hour to respond to people and I've got a lot of messages in Blockcircle, I might not get back to you that quickly. So anyways, I appreciate you guys. All the glory to God. I am going to also read off my verse again from today that, you know, really hit with me. Proverbs 11:25. The generous man will be prosperous, and he who waters will himself be watered. So if you guys are feeling watered by me, be sure to go water for someone else, because that will come back in your life. You pass on the love, that love's going to come back 100-fold. So pass on the love in any way that you can. All the glory to God. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. Give me like 4 or 5 minutes. I'm going to go and check on my girlfriend upstairs, and then we'll start up the stream for Blockcircle. I'll post that link in the chat, and I will see you guys there soon. Much love. Appreciate you. Just give me a few